Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is the Jubilee, so it's Thursday. I'm not anti-monarchy by any means, but I'm also not overly fussed about it. But I do hope people are having a nice day, having a drink, doing whatever it is they do today to enjoy themselves. It's a day off at least. If you are into the monarchy, then it's a lovely day to celebrate as well. It's been a busy week, but the kind of busy I really love here at my garage, just getting bits and pieces done. I think today I want to pull everything out and really assess what we're looking at in regards to all of the bikes. And actually a little bit of neatening up in the garage. Nothing major, I don't want it to be clean, but a little bit of neatening up in the garage. Let's see what we got. Don't worry about the little bit of smoke on the exhaust, I was cleaning it, remember? Ouch. Oh. Yeah. Say that was a pass. Come on, smoke going. Very happy with that, guys. Let's just double check where this smoke is coming from. Oh yeah, it is coming from where I clean the exhaust. No huge worries there, it will burn itself off soon. That does remind me I need black paint. Oh, that drove very well. Speedo annoyingly doesn't work. Is the fuel gauge working? Is it climbing? I think it probably was. Yes, it is. Okay, fuel gauge is working. Cool, so we're kind of okay there. In fact, we're good. It accelerated really well. Anyone who's interested in de-restricting these 3 clicks, I will show you. I've got a feeling it's been done, but let me show you what you would do. So this wire here, the green one here, would normally be looped to itself. All you do is you cut that. So how to de-restrict a V-click: if you've got a green looped wire in your CDI like this, cut it, tape it, don't let them touch each other. That will remove the restriction. I don't know if people noticed, but the rear stand was a bit of a pain, so I popped that off. Side stand with its cut-off switch is absolutely fine. I was speaking to Danny DTSX, who was working on this bike before I was, and I didn't even realise. I actually would have watched this. I did watch this because I liked it, and didn't even notice it was the same bike. So this bike was started on Danny DTSX's channel, which is interesting. So go and have a look. He gave it a carb clean and tried to start it up with fresh fuel, but when I carb cleaned it, the pilot jet was practically impossible to clean out. It was solid. Sprays didn't do it, poking it didn't do it. I actually had to change it to a new pilot jet in the end. So he wouldn't have got it running unless he did the works on that carb or bought a new one. But you can see the bike in its kind of well, at its basic. So stand is off. what's next? I think for me, I want to get the bowl, the seat on and stuff, and kind of get it back together. I don't know if I've told you guys already, but we've got a key and the steering lock that works and stuff, so that's really cool. Speedo cable probably needs replacing, but that's something I can do a bit later on a 50cc. It really isn't the end of the world, guys. But right, I'm going to keep hammering away. I'm going to try and make this look like a bike. The battery doesn't work. It is too tall. It's a shame because it's a good solid battery, that, and it's only a little bit too tall. It only just doesn't work. Look, see, it just sticks up that much, and the yeah, we can't sit it flat. You can do a couple of things. You can cut the base off here and give it a few more millimeters or whatever, but absolutely no point. New battery, although they're quite expensive, them batteries, for some reason. It's because they're little. But yes, that's it. Kickstand doesn't work. What I can do is get in there and have a look at the kickstart, because then you wouldn't need to worry too much about the battery. So I could have a look at the kickstart if needed. After a fair amount of fettling with the electrics, we have, that's the brake light. So this switch, look, it needs adjusting. That's easy enough. But indicators, there you go, and the other side, lovely. So a fair amount of messing around back there, but it is all now functional, which is great news. I can start putting it back together. The next day. Some of you have been questioning why I'm discussing putting the AP50s on eBay. The truth is, when you've got so many projects, it becomes overwhelming. It's as simple as that. That one starts, revs, does everything it needs to do. Technically, I could get it through an MOT in a day or two. There'd be no issues with that. But it still needs a bit of tinkering with the carb, and I don't want to sit on it for 8 weeks while waiting for the logbook. Someone said I've had them for 8 weeks. I haven't. I've had them for 3 or 4. It's just that I'm throwing out a lot of videos at the moment. That's a good bike. It's all there. It's all there. I'll piece it together today. I can now check if that number plate matches that bike. I've got the details I need, or if it matches that one. But ultimately, it can go on eBay. I don't care if they go for 250 quid. What you have got is £600 to £800 worth of parts there, guys. No jokes, with the engines and the panel work, etc. So yes, I don't want them. Gary's bike at some point, it has to go. It's been two years now, maybe. We're just waiting for the insurance to come back and say keep it, or we want it, or whatever. I don't want to build it either. Gary wants to build it. I don't want to build it. I've just had enough of it sitting there. And then we've got the Hero bike and the Zontes here, which is up for sale at 1,050, looking for £1,000. A lot of bike for the money. Funny enough, I picked up a bit of red touch-up paint while at Halfords today, and I also picked up, now I hope this is correct, but it is a black clutch lever. I hope that's correct. I don't think it said Zontes, but it might be the same. And then I picked up a couple of bulbs just because I'm using them a lot at the moment, and of course some high temp paint. I used the silver this time because it was silver on the little Peugeot. So for today, that's kind of my plan. I'm not necessarily doing loads on bikes, although I lay money I end up doing something. I want to put them all out, get them out the way, lined up, and then look at kind of what we're doing. Get pictures of the Suzuki AP50s. Do silly bits like piece them back together a little bit, get them pictured up and so on, and get them out. Anything I can throw away. There's old seats and stuff there, or put on eBay. A great example of looking in your garage when you're fairly skint. This is a indicator relay for a Farrago. I just saw it the other day. They're all 50 or 60 quid online. That's ridiculous. I put that on for 30 or 35, and it sold. So go through all your parts, see what's happening, throw some on eBay if you don't mind. Pop into the post office and sending them. I don't mind sending small parts. I hate messing with engines and stuff, heavy stuff. I just want to pop to the local post office, give it to them, and get it to its destination. So let's get everything out over here to really see what's going on and what we're working with. Alright guys, look at this. And your bike, yeah. I mean, how amazing is this? What I've done over here, guys, is I've taken the shroud out to be able to sync. In fact, look, you can see the bottom of the battery laying sideways. It's okay to lay sideways, it's a sealed battery. But the side panels will need to be here to hide it all. I'm doing bits and pieces. It looks messy, well, it looks the same to be fair. Just put up a new shelf across there, that's going to help a little bit. A lot of this is where people say, can I store it? That's John's pedal bike. These, you know, and then these old kind of winter things, that one's busted, so I might just chuck them out. You know, someone's old cooker down there, I'll chuck it out. So I'm really going to do a fair amount of chucking out today because, yeah, we need to. Okay, so back to here. I want to get the high temp on the exhaust. So that's done. I need to get some paper and covers to cover it up because I'm going to be doing it on the bike like I said last time. And then I'll put the end piece back on. That's a nice shiny chrome. Danny's going to let me know if he has both side panels. If he does, I'll drive up there later and collect them because they're kind of one of the last pieces of the puzzle. I also need to have a look at the front brake switch because it appears like it needs adjusting. Basically the light stays on the whole time, so it needs adjustment or changing, whatever. And then the rear don't appear to be doing anything, so I need to look at that, make sure there is a switch on the rear, and so on. But at this stage, it's very, very close to being a MOT-able, sellable bike. I haven't actually run it up and down the road yet, have I? It's close. I'll need to get a couple of bolts on the seats. They're not bolted down yet. But, I mean, I know I've done worse. But, yeah, and the speedo's not working. But I'll have an idea if it's kind of running at its right pace. We'll get an idea. You like that, don't you? Stunning. Absolutely stunning, that bike. Absolutely stunning. I love seeing the garage like this, guys. Pulling it all out. I mean, it's not even all out. The lexmoto Valiant's over there. The junk's over there. So there's still two more. So here you go, guys. You just got to be a bit careful with the spray. Cover up as much as you can. Ideally, I'd have a sheet of paper here as well. In fact, I am going to do that. But you'll see the difference now between a really rough looking exhaust and a basic painted high temp silver one. It makes a huge difference, especially when you put the shiny end piece back on. So watch in a minute and you'll see the difference. So it's been 3 hours now on this stunning Jubilee day. Exhaust is a bit shinier than I wanted. I would have preferred black. I may even get black, but that is there. The battery's in. That is kind of, I'm just cleaning the mat and it's getting back together. But from a garage point of view, again, I know it looks a bit messier, but it's really not, because we're organising. So we've got the rear holder on the wall, straps for collecting vehicles up now, extra shelf up in the air. That relieves pressure off this shelf. And I'm kind of just down here at the moment, pulling out all the bits that are mine and then sweeping and clearing. So bits of progress here today on the Piaggio. All the light fixings back in, all the rear end. To the garage actually. I mean, you could say I swept everything to the right, but actually getting that side clear was a good start. Because, you know, technically I can get 2 rows of 3 now if I really want to of bikes. I will tackle this side tomorrow. I will kind of get onto that side tomorrow. And I want to look at the kind of final pieces of this one. If I can contact Danny tonight, if he has the 2 side panels, they're quite significant on this bike, guys, because they go all the way, look. So it comes all the way from there, all the way up. And actually, it helps hold these in place because they're a bit iffy otherwise. I'm not sure why they feel a bit, they don't seat too well. But I do think the extra system helps. I don't like the exhaust. I mean, that was silver high temp matte paint. It looks ridiculous. I'm not keen on that. I mean, from a distance, it kind of has the metal-like look. I might go black. I might even try some normal low, just normal matte black on there. They don't heat up too much, these little 50s. Otherwise I'll get some high temp black. So there you go, bits and pieces done. You know, the neatening up, all these bloody chains, all of this kind of neatening up stuff is extremely helpful, I think, for me, because I get really tired. Like today is a great example, you know. I absolutely go on a bit too long, and then I get shattered. I just chuck it all in, come back the next day, start again, get tired, chuck it all in, and I go around in that kind of circle. But as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you throw up a like. The channel's earning a little bit more. It's kind of 150 to 180 pound a month at the moment. So that's all good news, and ultimately it's about us as a community.
2 hours later.
So someone's coming to view the zontes. This is where you throw a rag on it. Don't warm it up. It's not good practice to warm a bike up before a potential buyer comes, because it can look a bit sly. But do throw a rag over it. Do put a good shining product on it, and you get a bit of a nice shine. You want the good to stick out and the not so good not to. But you also don't want to be that person who hides the not so good. We can see that there's a bad area there, you know, and I've darkened it a touch just to make it less sticky out, but it's there, it's obvious, and it's in the description as well. At least the one I messaged to him. So yeah, just do everything by the book, so that you've got very little chance of people coming back and saying you stitched them up. But every now and again you do get someone comes back, you know, 3 months later, blatantly dropped the bike, and they say the bike's not running very well. I've actually gone to look at bikes, and they're smashed, and you can see they're smashed, and you can see they've dropped them. And I don't really entertain that much, if I'm being honest.